This one, a little bit of a disclaimer, has a little bit of salty. Like I don't get toxic with my team, but I get salty in my own
Hello,
mic.
thank you
So
very
just
much for
I
watching. I will
that's
be
better
streaming
than
more
doing it on
VOD,
voice.
but I can play all
yeah,
the
no,
tanks
I
except
didn't
for
do it on
And
Rocket
voice.
League
honestly, I
95.
think most of us
All the other
will
ones I'm
at some
okay with.
point just get
So
salty,
I'm
right?
posting this video because
Yeah.
I know I occasionally just throw a hissy
I've
fit
lost
and
like
have to
8
take
games
a
in a
break
row,
after like certain
and
games.
I just want to
I'll
see if
I'll,
anyone can
I'll
point
get
out something
pissed,
that
and
I
I like to
missed.
say it's because I'm
Thank you.
passionate about a game. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit here. Oh, okay, that's good. Here we go. So, oh, dude, a better setup than last game.
What's up, guys?
I like this. I like this. You got a Rhino Zarya. You
What's
got
going on?
a Brigitte Mercy. Personally, I'd prefer. All right. So this has nothing to do with your coaching, but what I do believe, honestly, is I would play Brigitte in triple healing setups because of her low healing output. And I would definitely play like a Zenyatta, a defensive ult instead of Brigitte here. Because if you're facing another Zarya, you're gonna want the Zen ult, right? I
Would you say? Would you get rid of one DPS then?
uh, I would either if I could make the call here, I'd make the Brigitte swap or indeed have a second DPS swap to a third healer. So then you're playing one DPS, you're playing two tanks, and you're playing three healers.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's just hard to get like a public group of people to go along with
I wholeheartedly agree,
that. I thought you
which is why I try to not really go into that a lot when I'm looking at VODs for people. But I think it's a good knowledge to have, like what would be a good team comp. And in the current meta, I would say, fuck you, Tracer. You're gonna be a Zen, and that's that. And then you can play a Pharah, but meta right now, Hanzo. And the reason this works is Zen is the defensive ult for their Zarya Hanzo combo because everybody is playing that right now. You and the Hanzo make a great combo. You and the Rhine make a great combo. Brigitte and the Rhine really reinforce each other. Mercy and Zen keep each other alive really well. This team has synergy all over the place. This is pure synergy. And then if the enemy team plays like, let's say, a Pharah, what do? You swap your Zarya to a Diva and you swap your Hanzo to a McCree, bitch, you're dead. it's We've been working on this in Scrimsaw. This is ideally what I'd say, but hey, we both know it's not going to happen in competitive, right? We got to work with what we're given, and I think your comp is okay. We can work with this. At least you don't have a Symmetra main.
Okay,
Sorry
we're
to all
gonna
the
go in
Symmetra
real
mains we're
quick here.
offending right now.
I'm not gonna charge for pony. Alright, let's go.
Alright, not bad. A little bit early with your shield. You're a little bit lucky they're giving you all that charge on the Reinhardt. That was a good shield. You saw that dude was in danger. You just shield him. Bam. Oh, trap. You didn't see the trap. This fight's easy.
Nice.
So we could start nitpicking here, but I feel like there's not much we have to change here. This all worked out. I would definitely make sure to try and be on the same target, but I mean everything just died there. It didn't matter at all. Your 90 char. Oh yeah, cheeky. Well, uh, Yeah, that was a bit of a misplay. So right here, yeah. What I guess you why'd you for instance you go I'm gonna grab here, right? Why?
Like 10 free meters while they're regrouping.
You haven't even confirmed if you have something that can combo with you. You just lost, like you're one down in this fight. I think maybe you can get away with a grab in this fight, but I would stay here behind the payload. Like you want to, I would just push this payload as far as I could while using it as cover, and hopefully our six can come back. What this also does is the enemy team is kind of forced to come forward, right? They're gonna push into you. And if you'd stayed on that payload, you would have been alive right now. And then the enemy team pushes in. You can work the shield comfortably while in cover. You might even get the shield down. Then you've already got a good grab. Other than that, right now, if you'd grabbed here as you died, well, it didn't end up mattering because you didn't have it. But the enemy team was on the corner with the Rhine in between. Your team is still behind you in the choke. You would have thrown away your graviton there, like without it really doing much. I think because you're one down, you want to just keep on working that front line from safety as much as possible while trying to get an even fight again. Like we were a bit too aggressive here and in turn get punished for it. Like you can't push up into Reinhardt like that without your brigade. Right now, we're going back. This is okay. Don't walk too deep. Oh, big shatter. Got the Pharah. All right. It's a highlight for the Junkrat. Kill the Pharah.
All right, so I do something here, and I'm still not sure if it was good, but I'll explain why I did it.
Well, do you want me to pause? Or is it
I
not?
mean, you can, I guess, but
Well, is this what you're on about?
yeah. So I get the Junkrat, and I go right back because I knew I'd be able to get out of there. But then my team just all dies because I wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
But the Moira was off with the Junkrat, not in the primary engagement. So it was at worst a 5v4, but they still lost that. So it's like.
Well, I mean, the Moira is from where she is. I'm imagining her team is at the corner over here. And she's still going to have sight of them. She can throw healing orbs at them. She is more into that fight than you are. And I feel like the only reason I would wander off here and go into alley is to get a graviton from behind as a bit of a surprise, and that's not even really necessary. I think as a Zarya, you're better off staying with your team. Like you're not really a flanker. You don't have a getaway. Maybe if you have been with your team here, you could have used the graph to save them and in turn wipe the enemy team. Because the Junkrat wasn't even there. He was in the alley. So I think this is okay right here. So that was a little bit slow noticing the Junkrat past us. But as soon as he goes here, I would turn. Like I would turn right around. All right. I mean, I'm not gonna chase him because I'm gonna walk into his team. I'll go back to my team. But there's not really any point in you chasing him down because he's out of the fight right now, and so are you. But if like one of his teammates comes, you won't really have a getaway. This is a risky play. If they think about the way I explained Winston to you, right? You want to jump targets that can't get away. You're a target they want to get on because you can't get away. I feel like you're going way too deep, but if anything, 2 frames ago here. Wait, that's not 2 frames, that's 2 minutes. If there's anything we could have done here, if there was a play to be made, it was throwing the Graviton right now. Because there's a Reinhardt, there's a Moira, there's a Junkrat. And still they're a little bit split. Like here you might get the Moira, but she can shift out, right? So I don't like it. I don't like this play. I would have stayed with my team, help them work the shield, and then eventually Junkrat is going to be with his team. They're very likely to stack up here. Most teams will be cluttered when they're defending this point at this position, and you can just land that 5-man Graviton from the front. But I don't think this. No. You're taking too much of a risk. I feel uncomfortable watching this. I can't believe your Mercy died to that Junkrat that was shooting you. That's unlucky. Yeah.
Cool, yeah.
So, you were very excited with that on voice. So, with one of the latest patches, right? Blizzard have added so that you can see ult charge on your teammates when you press tab. I feel like you want to make a bit more use of that, dude. When you chug your Graviton, you want to make sure that you have a combo ready. You're kind of just throwing your Gravitons out and hoping for the best without confirming if there's anyone that can combo with you, like let's say a Tracer, a Pharah, or a Hanzo, right? Because this Grav isn't gonna do an awful lot. Like maybe because I saw we have a Tracer here. Maybe if we wait for Tracer to get her bomb, we can even do something through the Zen ult. But right now we've already got like the Pharah's dead, the Brigitte is dead. We're at least one down, possibly 3. Uh, shaky. The only upside I can see is you forced you forced him to use his Zen ult. I'm not sure if that was worth it.
Oh, they can't answer. The Moira and Junkrat were focusing me. I killed the Junkrat and got away, but somehow they still all died, even though it was 5v4.
Come here.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's how this goes.
Getting a little bit salty on voice.
You know, like these are all good points, but you know, like I'll see GM Zaryas on like streams fuck up grabs all the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, so they do the same thing, but why are they in GM? You know, like that's where I have a problem with that.
I mean, I still fuck up grabs left and right because, well, I'm not perfect. But I don't know. You know what? I'm not even sure if I have an answer to that. Like,
That's why it bothers me, because I know that the highest level people still do it too.
Well, yes, but they also realize more often when not to throw it. And I imagine, at least I do this, I will 100% make sure I have a combo with my Graviton. Or at least like sometime, like, okay, so I do a lot with the Reinhardt in my team, and I like playing Rein Zarya with him, right? If I realize that they do not have their Zenyatta ult, I don't necessarily need someone to combo with me, like a Hanzo or a Tracer or a Pharah. What I do then is I make sure I have both my shields ready. And if I have both my shields ready, I throw my Graviton on the enemy team. Let's say I get a 3-man Grav. The thing I instantly do then is I throw my bubble on my Reinhardt, and he's going to get in there and he's going to swing. And we just kind of build each other's ults. Or well, I build his. So he Earth Shatters in fight 1. I Graviton in fight 2. He's gonna have Earth Shatter again halfway through fight 2. But the thing with these higher level Zarya players is they do think about their grav usage. They might not hit the enemies all the time. Even though a 2-man grav is fine. If you get 2 guys in your Graviton, you're still going to be 2 up. I'd take an ultimate for that easily. But they think about their Gravitons though, which you're currently not doing. They think about the combos with them and the ults the enemy team could pop in it, like enemy Reinhardts will Earth Shatter your team every now and then when they're in it, or the Zenyatta is obviously going to ultimate, and we're just not thinking about that right now. We're going in when our team is 1 or 2 down, and we're just chugging the Graviton blindly. This is not even, this isn't a Zarya issue. Like, your Zarya is, you're doing okay, but this is an awareness issue where you want to realize we're a couple people down, and hell, I don't even know if anyone can deliver damage into my Graviton, so I don't know if it's going to do anything. So that's something you want to try and make sure happens. You want to make that, it's one of the biggest ultimates in the game, but you're going to make sure it gets used properly. And that's not only up to you. It's a combo ultimate.
You can tell I'm a little salty. It's just like, I feel like I played that Junkrat thing. I feel like I did that correctly. I made it back. I didn't die there. My team was 5v4 in the engagement primary.
Yeah, don't wander off chasing people too far. You're going over it in voice right now, how you think it was the right choice to chase the junk and kill him. It was just a bit too far, that's all. I would have chased him at least for a little bit too. Alright, so this is good. I feel like you win this fight. You should. Uh-oh.
Cool.
Unlucky.
I'm glad that you have an opportunity to
Boy,
come
just
attack.
get the cart. The cart. The
Unless you're
Honda's
Widow
behind.
or McCree, you're pretty much fucked.
The cart.
Well, you get the fight, I think. You get the point.
Yeah, Honda's on top behind.
Alright, you're 6 people. Last point. So far, so good. One of them is in horseshoe on your right, I think. It's caught a glimpse. This is good, yeah. Get that charge. This was a bad bubble. This is the same issue as earlier. Like, the fire strike is already on the far left of our screen. There's really no damage that we can confirm currently. I feel like you're just chugging this bubble on him to be greedy. This feels like a greed bubble. Like, take it easy. Let your Reinhardt, if your Reinhardt is like 2 steps to the top here and out in the open, I'd say it's okay because he's gonna take damage. They're gonna shoot him, but he's using this cover currently, and he seems to be trying to avoid taking damage. Or feels like a bubble that we want to hold on to for a few more seconds. Right, he's even backing right now, so yeah, we want to make sure that if we bubble our allies, that we can confirm that they're taking damage. Like this one, it was a little bit too late, I think, because it was still on cooldown. Was it? I'm not sure if he takes the damage. I can't see. Oh yeah, well, of course I can't see because you don't have allied health bars turned on. But yeah, your bubble was still on cooldown there. That's a shame. That was a good try though. You tried like shielding him from the charge, I feel like. Or at least the damage afterwards. That was it. That was confirming the damage. So even though the bubble for the charge itself was late, you're still confirming that you're gonna take get charge from that. That's a good bubble. this as well, like a little bit late with the self shield, but we get charged. We had confirmation. That's good.
I'm back.
Decent grav, like big grav. I like the earth shatter there. This is okay. Again, though, you had no idea if anything was going to be able to follow up on your graviton, right? We're seeing a bit of a trend here. This is going to keep happening, I'm sure. Where I would call it like you get trigger happy, is what I'd say. And I've been through this, where I'll see like I'll see 4 enemies, and I'm like, fuck those bitches. I'm gonna grab them. I'm gonna kill them myself if I have to. But yeah, definitely try and keep an eye on what your allies are up to, and if they can follow up on it.
Yep.
You have Farah Tracer. You have 2 really great combos for your grav. Do you know if the Zen is trancing, right? Do you know the Farah can actually kill them still?
Yeah, that I didn't know.
All right. So
Found that one out the hard way a long time ago.
yeah, a lot of people still don't seem to know that. So I find myself repeating it all the time. But if you, for instance, had confirmed there, Farah has her ultimate, which we just saw that she has right now. Like, she could have gotten in a position to follow up. She could have gotten up on Horseshoe on that building on the right and waited for your Graviton and just fucked them hard. We ended up having an Earth Shatter, but I mean, you had no idea beforehand though. So try to confirm damage, like confirm that our allies are actually about to take damage when we shield them, and try and confirm that there's a combo for Graviton. Don't mindlessly throw your ult. It's one of the best ones in the game, but try to use it properly. Like, this is here, you're confirming like McCree is shooting. It's hard because McCree can stop shooting, but hey, Reinhardt is gonna fire strike too, so whatever.
Alright, we got him.
Got a little bit of charge, we'll take it. Oh, that's I would have waited, but it worked out.
Sounds asleep.
Where's the other shit?
Yeah, this is fine. This is like the last little bit of push. This is where you would just chug it. I wouldn't say anything about that one. That's good. And we finish. Good shit. Oh, you've already used your bubble here. Let's see. What do we do? Looks like you're up against it. Oh yeah, that's good shit. Same thing again, right? We're shielding our Reinhardt, but we have actually not really paid attention to what's coming at him. And it's so easy with a Junkrat. Wait, so what I do when I'm shielding Reinhardts I play with is I either look at if they have a Junkrat, I'll watch like the balls coming toward him, and if I see like 2-3 of them just flying at a Reinhardt, I'll bubble him, right? That's free charge. Otherwise, well, fire strikes are an easy way. Or if you see the enemy Reinhardt, like you want to shield your Rein when he's gonna fight their main tank, correct? So he has a bit of an upper hand. Like when do you throw your bubble? Do you throw it just before they're about to fight, or?
I mean, the greed bubble is usually when I know the Junkrat's throwing him over the wall, but like their Rhine, unless he charges in like a Bronzy, is probably not going to just straight charge in right away. He's probably going to push with his team.
Yeah.
So like I feel like the 8-second projected is probably going to be likely available by the time he's swinging at my Rhine.
No, I do think you will get away with this bubble, but you're also not getting anything out of this bubble. There was no damage coming at your Reinhardt here. And normally I think they'd be pushing in a little bit quicker once you get against better teams. They're not going to stand in this choke for a good minute. Like I have a Smurf that I play with a friend with, and it is in platinum. It's like 2.9 right now. People will dance around this choke a lot. But when you get higher up, they're gonna rush through this. They're gonna come right at you from here, or they're gonna go around and come at you from here. But then you aren't gonna get away with this bubble. And I mean, I could let this go. I could ignore it, right? I could say nothing about this bubble because it doesn't matter right now. But I assume you want to climb. And if you're going to climb, you're going to have to get rid of bad habits. And,
okay, yeah, that's what I was about to say. You're just pointing out a bad habit.
Like, not necessarily everything I'm pointing out matters right now, because you'll get away with a lot of shit. I mean, for God's sake, we're playing in low diamond. We could probably get away with like making a sandwich in between, but that's not the point. We want to get better. That's why you are asking for someone to coach you. You want to be better at the game. And being better at the game means getting rid of like our terrible habits. And even Masters players have them. Low Grandmasters players have them. Some of the top 500 players will still have a couple of bad habits. It's not the end of the world, but you want to try and be aware of them and work on them. Alright, we're on 100 charge. Good shit. Oh, I hate playing Zarya with Orisa.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get charge off her in comparison to Reinhardt. I don't know why he switched either. I don't like it. I want to yell at him. Yeah, that was okay. I like that.
Yeah, to be fair, the Reaper should have taken damage, but he just didn't.
I would have.
They were all shooting at him.
I would have shielded him too. Not saying a word there. He's a squishy. He's frontlining. I would have shielded him. Because there was 6 of them. There was a full team there.
Behind.
He did take some, didn't he? No.
It didn't go up at all.
No,
actually. What? I was pretty surprised.
Well, it went up by 4. Interesting. But yeah, I'm not saying anything because I think I would have shielded him there too because I was expecting him to take damage. But I guess when I look at it though, maybe they weren't even around the corner yet. He still had the corner for cover a little bit, but he was definitely out of position. Like Reaper was in a terrible position there. I can forgive you for shielding him there because I think I would have done the same.
Behind.
And right here, like the fight's basically over. I don't think
It blocked me.
that was entirely like that wasn't as much you as a team effort.
Yeah, I was stuck.
We're not really doing anything there. We're kind of just sitting there poking, and not much is happening. And they have a Mei and they have a Junkrat. That's really painful. Against that, I'd probably just play dive tanks.
I feel like nobody on my team knows how to play against Mei.
They switch it up.
You're saying is all like you just said in game. I don't think anyone in my teams knows in my team knows how to play against me.
You guys ready for grab? Nah, they have a Zen. I gotta force that down.
Just go, do it, do it, do it.
That was a good shield. He was yeah.
Yep, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Force that shit out with me.
I like. It was a huge graph. It was a good graph. What we could have done differently again is we have a Doomfist. Check if he has an ultimate. If he has an ultimate, they're dead guaranteed. Like we're not using our team wipe ult the way we should be because we're not really comboing it. You're just you see an opportunity, you fucking chug it. You don't even think about it, you just chug it.
Yep, I mean, there's nothing I can do. Force that shit out with me.
Oh man. Okay. I do think it contributed to you winning that fight a little bit still, because I think the Doomfist got at least one in it. But the point still stands. I'm gonna need you to think about what we can combo here and try and actually set up, like make sure there is a follow-up to your Graviton. And right now I feel like you're really just gonna struggle with charge just because you have an Orisa as well. It's a bit painful.
Yep, 16 seconds on the clock, 4 minutes on their side. Let's see what we can do. What the fuck was that Reaper doing?
Just listening to you is
Did you just
entertaining
see
you.
that? He just stood there and ate the Junkrat.
Dude.
Right. Here?
No.
Oh.
It's after I reset, so it'll go to the cam of the Reaper or something. On the clock, yeah, right here. 4 minutes on their side.
Oh yeah. It's yeah.
Like when you see stuff like that, it's hard not to get tilted.
Oh yeah, no, that's frustrating.
Can do this.
I get that.
I'm playing smart because of a bag. Like I clearly know what I'm doing. That's just enough to get them all, but not be charged.
Would have probably shielded Roadhog there. Works out now though. You still get a decent amount of charge and a good bubble. May is fun.
I feel like these May walls are hurting them more than helping them because it's just slowing their push down.
That one wasn't necessarily great. They want to try and split the front line off you. Alright, we're back up, full charge. Oh god. No. Just walk into spawn. Go inside. Fuck it. Abandon ship. Okay. Kinda had to there. Yeah, nothing, just... It's unlucky they have Zen ult ready again and we just never have a combo. Yeah, I like that. It's good. Worked out, but we had no idea what was coming at him. It worked out great, but we had no clue what was flying at him. That was a
Holy shit.
questionable. I would have waited a second till I could see. He isn't gonna die to it anyways.
What's up, guys?
Now you did it for yourself. Where, like, if you wait till you see Junkrat shit flying at you, it's a projectile. You have plenty of time to respond. It's the same with Fire Strike, but right now there's not really much happening, so you get a whole 3 charge and it's already gone again. Like, surely that Junkrat's gonna shoot at you.
Have to do that because by the
And
time
if not, I
get
mean,
to
if
the
nothing
jump,
shoots at you, we'll
die.
just save the bubble. You don't have to be afraid of dying as Zarya.
Ryan's one. He'll be dying, so.
I guess you were afraid that Ryan was gonna go after the Moira. It's the only reason I can see this bubble working out.
Ryan's one.
Unlucky, no bubble. This is winnable though. Focus.
Fuck, dude. What the hell else am I supposed to do? I would switch here, but it's not gonna happen.
I definitely earlier I wouldn't have shielded that Moira at all until she'd actually taken a swing, or if the Reinhardt would have started like a swing animation on top of her. Just so that I would try and save my shield for our Reinhardt. But that's
You know,
also
I think I messed that up. I think I meant to give it to someone else, but I just messed it up.
yeah,
Because I usually don't shield Moiras. They usually just fade right out of it.
yeah. Oh shit.
I believe that sure I could have played a couple of things a little bit better, right? Maybe a little bit better bubbles, better timing on the bubbles, more specifically. Correct. However, I still feel like the enemy DPS players were better than mine, and that had a lot to do with it. Now, call me crazy. But we had a tracer not doing anything. I don't even know if the other guy was even on.
You're giving a
We had
whole
Junkrat in
like
the
speech
swing.
right now to yourself.
Who did?
I mean,
Like, I just-
even if I had done every single tip you've given me and played it perfectly, I still feel like I would have lost this game.
We still would have fucking lost.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but
Maybe. If some of those fights you would have won though if you'd comboed a Graviton and just held on to it for a little bit longer and confirmed the combo. And you don't know what's gonna happen after that. Maybe you end up winning the next fight because you have another ultimate because of your Grav. Like, so your team can build their ults in the Grav, and if you get a team wipe because of a good combo, I mean you don't know how it's gonna go. You don't know, I don't know, but I mean shit would have been a whole lot different for sure. But I can tell you this much. I smurf in like high plat right now playing with a friend of mine, and I play a decent amount of Zarya there still. I don't win all my games. Like, some games are just like games you can't win. Like, the enemy team will have a smurf, the enemy team will have better DPS. Like, it's trying to. You're meant to lose at least some games, and some of them are going to be unwinnable. And I don't think you should focus on that though. Like, don't. I would never. I try. I have to be honest with myself here. I try to not think about how badly I think my teammates are doing. That was a good grab. You had a Hanzo ult in it. That's nice. We comboed. I think that's the first proper combo this King's Row game. I'm not sure if it was accidental. Yeah, it might have been. But you're only going to tilt yourself if you keep telling yourself, I'm not winning because my DPS are fucking trash. I I fall into this trap myself. Let's be honest. I have games where I'm sitting here going, these fucking Masters players are trash. How did they get in here? And I need to fucking cut that out because I'm tilting myself, which is degrading my play. And I should be focusing on the things I can actually control. And the things I can control when I'm playing and I'm playing Zarya are I can make sure that I make the best out of my ultimates. I try and focus, like do good with my bubbles. I just try and focus on the things I have control over. There is no way I have control over the fact that my tracer plays like he has two fucking left hands and his parents are brother and sister. Like, it's just out of your control and we have to like accept that. And it's frustrating. I have games like that. I get you. I understand you. But there's like, what's the point even wasting any energy on thinking about it? Yeah, you did. It was a sick combo. I guess Hanzo happened to have ult because it didn't seem accidental. Great shit. We finally did it. Let's fucking like pack it up, boys. We're done here. We got a sick combo. Good shit. And more of those fights in this game could have gone that way. But you need to get into the habit of checking your teammates' ult status. Like right now, right here, right? You could be pressing tab for a second. What does my team have for ultimates? It's good shit to know. And eventually, if you really want to be that guy, you start talking to your team and you're like, well, we have these ultimates coming up. Let's use this and this so you make sure these fucking retards don't use 6 ults at the same time. Right? I mean, it's what I have to do, what I do. It's what most people try and do. I feel like. Like, you're just you're not a bad Zarya per se. I think you're doing okay. You keep high energy. Sure, you overextend every now and then, like chasing the Junkrat into the alley. You don't really combo ultimates. Some of the bubbles are like, well, some of them are garbage, some of them are great. There's a ratio there, like, but you have things to work on, and that's why you're in like 3.3 or wherever you are currently, right?
Yeah.
And try to just focus on those things. You're not going to get an 80% win rate out of nowhere, even with coaching. But what you can do is you can try and keep your mindset positive and try to not focus on like the DPS that you think have like are playing with no hands. And you just play your game and try. I'm gonna throw in a term here, and you're probably gonna hate it, but you gotta try to stop playing like a solo queue player. Try and work with the team here. You're playing one of the characters that works really great, especially because of the graviton. So try and work with the team. Try and not just throw it out. Try and use your shields for not just your benefit, but for your teammates' benefit too. Right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, we just try and focus on working on our own thing, and we try to just improve on our own weaknesses instead of focusing on like our team's weaknesses, because that's out of our control. And that is hard shit to do. You're not gonna queue up tonight and instantly be fucking Zenyatta playing this game, right? Like, you're not you're not gonna be all chill about it instantly. It's gonna take work, but you're gonna really benefit from that. If you can try and just focus on your own mistakes, try and objectively just keep looking at your own plays and what could I be doing to change this game? And even if you're constantly playing your best, you're still not going to win every game. Nobody will.